age because we have so many distractions. We are
So many.
bombarded with new information, new tips to do this, new strategies to do that. Look at this shiny car. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah.
And what that does is it creates confusion in all of us. You know,
I think it's really about people not having a growth mindset, because if you set your intentions, you say, I'm gonna write this down and I'm gonna do it, but yet you don't do it, first off, you're not serious about it. You know, world, welcome to the Awaken Your Best podcast, the #1 podcast in the world for people who are ambitious, want to grow, and discover a new side of themselves. As you already know, yes, sir. As you already know, this is episode 11, and we are all about creating the best versions of ourselves, but we want to have you to become the best version of yourself. But today, we're focusing on just that, focus. And Rasta just brought up before we started the podcast all about an acronym, which is focus, which is follow one course until successful. And I believe that so many of us get distracted by things in the outside world, and it helps us, or not, doesn't really help us, but it throws off our course of being focused on one thing, and we become overwhelmed. So we want to talk to you about certain tips, certain topics around becoming focused and really developing that one true desire that you got. But before we get into that, TGIF, my brother, and I believe it's always a great day, any day out the week, but Friday is always a special day, man. So how you doing today, bro?
Always. I'm doing excellent, bro. Like you said, it's Friday. Sun is shining. Usually it don't even feel like Fridays no more, you know, because we 7 days a week with everything we do. But
yeah,
man, today feel good, man. It's cold, but the sun's shining. You feel me? It's like 25 degrees out here in Michigan, but you feel me? We pushing through. You know what I mean?
That great
How you
team
feeling,
up
bro?
north. Hey, man, I'm great. You know, it's always a blessed day. I'm up, got the coffee. The kids is here. You know, they off from school. They go back on Monday from the holiday break. I can't wait for that. But I mean, hey, it's Friday, bro. You know, ready for the weekend, enjoying it, man. But you was actually just talking about Michigan, bro. Michigan is right now in a college football playoffs and in a championship game. I don't know if you knew. I don't know. You knew that, right?
I heard about that.
Yeah, so they play on Monday. Me being an Ohio State fan, I'm a little salty, but it is what it is. They had a great year today. So, man, they focused all year. They did what they needed to do, and they came out grinding. You know, this ain't a sports show, but I always like to talk about sports every now and then.
Oh, yeah, you got to let them know. Like, yeah, shout out to them. You know, they doing their thing. Of course, it make me feel good being home and seeing our teams win, seeing the Lions do their thing.
Man,
you feel me? Unfortunately, it's so funny that the year that the Lions do good, that's when the Pistons got to have the longest losing streak in the world, right? They trying to.
I seen that. It was like 28 games. Is it still going?
No, it got ended with, who was it? I forgot, but they beat somebody, and that's finally over. But it's funny, bro. You know, they always trying to keep Detroit down. You feel me? But man, we coming up. You feel me?
Bro, you cannot keep Detroit down. I don't care. Like, it's either in a rap game, they gonna do something special. It's either in sports, they gonna do something special, or it may be like a certain actor from around the area. Like Detroit and Michigan definitely got a place in my heart because I graduated from, you know, Eastern. My wife is from Detroit. So, man, I love it. I love the city. My homie, my brother, you know, from the D. So it is what it is, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. And yeah, bro, the segue, like he said, you know, the Michigan team, they focus. So we really want to talk about that because focus is a lot simpler than, or let me put it this way. It's a lot harder to be focused in today's age because we have so many distractions. We are bombarded with new information, new tips to do this, new strategies to do that. Look at this shiny car. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah. And what that does is it creates confusion in all of us. You know, I've been victim to it a lot of times to where you see so much around you that you don't really know, especially if you got a lot of talents. You just don't know what to do because it's like, I want to do 10 things, but you can't focus on 10 things. You feel me? And I've been learning this the hard way. Like, I've been trying to do a lot of things since I've been out the Navy simultaneously. And and I always find myself coming up short, or I find myself only getting one thing done. So imagine if I had put all that energy into that one thing. I'm like, wow, I probably would have had 10 extra results if I would have just focused, right?
Right.
So one thing I want you to do, if you listen to this, just think back in your past. Think about a time where you had some success. And I said this in one of my recent videos, my YouTube channel. Think about the times that you actually achieved something. I can almost guarantee you that it was something that you gave most of your focus to.
Right.
Whether it was finishing a degree, whether it was getting your body the way you wanted to get, whatever you spent, like whatever past success you have, if you really think about it, 9 times out of 10, it was because you dedicated a lot, pretty much almost all your focus to that one thing. Mm-hmm. So as you think about that, just look back and look at your list today. Like, how many goals do you have? How long is that list? How long is your to-do list? Like, we got to get to a point to where we learn how to prioritize and focus on less things at a time. Not even less things. Let's learn to focus on one thing and skip the less. You feel me? If you in school right now, if you working a job right now, you trying to get a promotion, double down on that. You feel me? Like, tune in and really, because you will be surprised that instead of focusing on 10 different goals, if you focus on one goal, it's going to be 10 different ways that you can achieve that goal, that you need to be putting all your energy into that. So
amazing.
That's how I feel, bro. Like what would be your take on your past success? You feel me? I know you got Terrence got a lot of past success. You feel me? Break down some times where you was focused and achieved.
Yeah, bro. I think we all achieve certain successes in our lives. Remember, success is just you following a worthy idea. But honestly, man,
just can't tell it. I just can't. Hold up. You're still here and you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel yet? Man, click off of this video. No, I'm just playing. We really appreciate your time making it up until this point in the video. If you're getting value, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Awaken Your Best community. Come be a part of it. We're really trying to build, grow, help you out spiritually, mentally, financially, revolutionarily, every kind of way possible, okay? So leave that like, leave that comment, subscribe, share this with a friend that you feel can get some value from this, and enjoy the show. I'm about to get back to work.
So it really comes down to where you're putting your attention, because remember, as you say all the time, like where your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. So if you're scattered out to 10 different actual ideas, you're not going to have 100% energy on what you really want to do. So a lot of times what I've noticed is that if I dedicate 100% of my attention to one goal, say like finishing school or on my diet or whatever that is, I see tremendous actual results. So right now, if you have multiple different desires, multiple different goals that you want to achieve, you have to really break that down to one. Break that down to one and put your intention and all of your energy into that, and you'll see so much success from it. But as soon as you start to deviate and go to multiple different things, you're not going to get anywhere. Ross said, I remember back when maybe we first got out of like the military, maybe a year out, and I used to have like a clothing brand that I wanted to do, books. I was speaking, trying to build a course. And I remember you telling me like, bro, like you need to just kind of just do one thing. You're doing too many things and it's just throwing your energy off. And I went to my wife and she said the same thing. So I was like, all right, the two people that's in my life that's telling me and giving me the most advice, it's got to be something I need to do. So once I stopped actually focusing on multiple different things and focused on one, that's when I started to gain a lot more focus and energy towards what I wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. And crazy you mentioned that. I also remember a time when we went on deployment and you locked in on dropping down like 30 pounds or whatever your goal was. And being on deployment, you was really focused. Like you was going to the gym every day. You was eating right. You was doing everything you was doing. And like I remember I was trying to get you to eat something. And you was like, nah, bro, I'm only eating boom, boom, boom. Like, this is my diet. I'm only eat oatmeal twice a day. I've been doing that for the last X amount of days. You feel me?
Yeah.
And bro, your results was like almost, it wasn't
crazy.
Overnight, but bro,
Yeah.
you looked at like a whole new person in a few months, right? So
Definitely
also what we're saying is, there's nothing wrong with having, yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with having multiple goals. I got a lot of goals. Terrence got a lot of goals. I got health goals. I got wealth goals and all of that stuff. It's just understand that the reason a lot of us give up on things is because when we're working on too many things, you don't really see no results nowhere. They are going to come. You feel me? You could work on 5 goals at once. The results will come as long as, like Terrence said, as long as you committed to all 5 of them, they're going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to stay motivated when you're doing 5 things. You got 5 seeds planted and you don't see none of them blooming. You can't harvest from none of them. Versus you plant 1 seed and instead of waiting 5 years, it might only take 1 year for you to harvest from it. So now you got motivation to focus and move forward, right?
Yeah.
So that's something I've been learning recently, like doing YouTube and the podcast with my brother here. I've been seeing a lot more results. Like my subscribers are growing on YouTube. I'm getting more, I'm just getting more people like, hey bro, I see your podcast. I see you and your bro doing y'all thing. I see y'all killing it because we are focused on pretty much this.
Man.
We got our lives, we got our wives, we got kids, but I'm talking about focus on the thing that you driving towards every day outside of your personal life. You feel me? So yeah, bro,
100%,
that's pretty.
Our intentions are locked in though. Our intentions, like, we know what we want. And that's the thing, like, people don't, like, you may have goals, but there's a lot of people that I know that don't know what they want at all. Like, they wake up and they have no purpose. They wake up and they just say, okay, I have to wake up because I have a job. Okay, but that job is a job. What's your desire? What is your purpose? When you find a purpose that is driving you, like, we know what our purpose is: to speak to the world, to grow our businesses, to grow our brands, to eventually become, I would say, a servant for God in a certain area, in this area, right? In our own regards.
Yes, sir.
But just finding what you love to do and lock in on it, it'll be so much more easier rather than being distracted. But this is a technique that I would say that really helped me to become more focused. And it's to write down each and every single day the thing that I need to focus on. See, when you write it down and you look at it every day, you know what you need to do. You know exactly what you have to do for the day. Like, if you wake up and you go to work, they may hand you a report. You know you have that report to do. But if you wake up and you write down a goal that you have for your life, you should know, if you keep that like as an important part of your day, to go back and look over, like, okay, I wrote this down. Let me knock it out because I want to be intentional for myself. So that's one of the biggest techniques that I think that everyone should start doing, is to write down exactly what you want. Use a piece of paper or a notebook, whatever it is, even your phone. Write it down, knock it out.
Yeah, write it out. I agree 100%, bro. And if y'all really listen to what Terrence also saying when we talking about focus, is when you writing it down, it provides you with clarity for the day.
Yes, sir.
And like he also said, not knowing what you want. Them are 2 enemies of focus.
Yeah.
Confusion is obviously an enemy of focus. And a lack of clarity. You don't know what it is you have to do. So it's like, every day you trying to figure stuff out while you're doing it, versus when you focus and you have a clear plan, it's a lot easier to push yourself over the hump and just for the day, like, okay, I know, okay, today I plan to go to the gym for an hour today. It's early, but it's on your mind when you wake up. So now all you need to do is just put on your clothes and go out the door. You ain't battling with, what should I do today? Should I go to the gym? Should I? Nope. You already got a clear plan, and you also got the clear results that you want. Man, I weigh 150. I want to get up to 170 all muscle. So, okay, that's why I'm doing this. So it's all linked together. You feel me? So
big time.
And it sounds simple. Guys. I know it do, but when you write something out, it becomes an accountability partner for you.
Yeah, big time.
It's something different about that. Yeah, bro. When it's written, it's like you feel bad. You feel more bad when you don't do it. Like, sad to say, but if I write a goal down and it's on my desk when I wake up in the morning and I look at it and I still choose not to do it, now I'm like, either I'm gonna go do this goal and feel happy, or I'm gonna beat myself up because I wrote it down and I still ain't do it. So,
bro, talk about that for a minute. Like, I think it's really about people not having a growth mindset, because if you set your intentions, you say, I'm gonna write this down and I'm gonna do it, but yet you don't do it. First off, you're not serious about it. Don't even write it down if you're not even gonna like sit back, procrastinate, and not do it. That's the thing that I hate so much. And I think that's what really, that in the early years of before I really started getting into personal development, I would procrastinate on a thing that I really wanted to do for so long. But I had to look back and I was like, okay, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, so what do I really want to do that's going to give me purpose? As I said again, what's going to have me to get up and to move myself? So I think that a lot of people nowadays, that they sit back and they allow for their life to be ran again by a job, by other people. But what do you want? What is it that you can put focus in that's going to help you to drive yourself towards that desired end? And it may take time for people to realize what they truly want, but you have to have a growth mindset. Your mindset has to change. And that's what this podcast is all about. Listening and being around other people who are ambitious. A lot of people are waiting for things to come their way, but they're not getting up and following one course until successful. They let themselves be divided into different things that they want, which is not ultimately getting them any type of success, bro.
Bro, I truly agree. Yep, you're getting divided into a lot of different things because you ain't taking control. And like he said, because you haven't made that mindset shift that we're very big on, because people don't really understand it. It starts with your mindset first.
100%.
You got to have that growth mindset. You got to want whatever it is. And and I would say too, like, we ain't talking about limiting yourself. We're talking about limiting your focus. Like, not limiting yourself. You could be everything you want to be with the power of God. Anything is possible. You can become this person. You could become that person. Trust me, I done developed some skills that 10 years ago I would have said it would never be, I would never be able to do that. I was scared to death to raise my hand in class in high school. Now that I'm in college, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I was terrified. Like, I was that
don't
kid
even seem like you, though.
Don't no more. Like, people meet you now and be like, this is that. I seem more confident, but this had to be built. Like, I'm late to the party. Even in college, I'm still like, I raised my hand a lot more, but it's still, I still got that little pull that I had in high school that still try to keep me from, you feel me, doing it. Right. But like Terrence said, it's that growth mindset, and you can become everything you want to be, but in the beginning, learn how to do less. Cross out. If you got 10 goals, cross out. Not even gonna say cross out. Pick the top. Narrow it down to the top 3 first. You got 10 goals. Let's narrow it down to the top 3 that's most important to you. Like Terrence said, that you want to accomplish. Because half of them goals you probably only want to accomplish for other people anyway. So, you feel me? So let's narrow that down to 3. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to do these 3 things, but what's the one that if I accomplish this one right now, the other 2 would be a lot easier? And it's usually around finance, usually. I recommend spiritual goals first now. Like, I used to, finance over everything. Spiritual and purpose, like Terrence said. As long as you follow your purpose and we truly believe, the money is going to come. Like, the money is going to start coming with our purpose. So, again, you got those 3 goals. Pick the one that's the most important to you and just start on that one goal. Follow one course until successful, and then move on to the next, and then the next. What you think, bro?
100%, bro. You said about spiritual, focusing on your spiritual ground, because it's gonna be hard for you to follow one course until successful if you battling demons. If you battling yourself And if you battling
Stay there.
sickness, if you battling disease, if you battling everything around you, if you're not secure within your faith in yourself and don't have like a secure ground to fall in on, you're not going to get anywhere in life. It's going to be hard for you to focus on a goal of being financially free when it's hard for you to even be able to, I would say, be secure in yourself in your own mind. It's difficult. It's not going to happen for you. So what I would say, yo, thank you for tuning into this podcast right now. I want to say, if you like this, make sure that you subscribe and like the video. Comment down below what you like so far. Of course, we're bringing these podcasts to you all the time, and we just want to continue to grow. So you can actually help us to grow by commenting down below, liking the video, and also subscribing. Tell a friend to tell a friend all about this podcast, and we'll see y'all real soon. Let's get back to the video. Is that get around like you just begin to do, Rasa, get into I would say in the church, get into the Bible just yourself and have a relationship with God, have a relationship with the higher power, have a relationship on something that you can truly believe in first. You're not going to focus on a goal if you can't get up and be spiritually sound. You know, nothing grows in an evil environment or I would say in an unhealthy environment. It just don't happen like that. So yes, faithful spiritual person, yes, they always become more successful than, I would say, someone else. But just mindfulness, focus on mindfulness as like the second phase of that, because if you're not mindful of how do you feel mentally, are you battling depression, are you battling different things like that, like you're not going to succeed, or it's going to be hard for you to succeed, and it's going to take longer.
Yeah, bro, I love that you say that too. And like on the spiritual side, what you begin to learn and what I had to learn over the last few months is a lot of these spirits and demons that we battling is not of God.
Yeah.
You know, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind.
100.
So depression, literally, and I'm an overthinker. I'm open minded to a lot of things, and I think people like me tend to be depressed more because you got so much you letting in your brain, and you get confused, and then you feel down and all of that. Yeah. But then I had to start learning when depression try to creep in, like, no, this is not of God. Like, this is not, he didn't put me here to let depression rule my life, because depression can lead to a lot of bad things.
100.
That's a demon trying to take over. So I love that Terrence said that, because your spiritual well-being is what's going to give you that. Like a lot of marriages and stuff like that, like I've been married for a year. We had a little argument last night or whatever. But now that I've been back in church and stuff like that, it has been helping us a whole lot get through our discussions, because it's like, now I'm thinking about the higher power. I'm thinking about God. I'm not just thinking about success and money and stuff like that. That's not as valuable as the higher power, you know, or your purpose. That's the stuff that matters the most, and everything else is kind of like, that's where the demons play at. And if you let those little demons get in your head, like, man, I need to do this and do that, because skip everybody, you know, I need to just focus on me and just do that. It's a gray area. You feel me? It takes a lot of, like he said, spiritual growth and development. And we believe when you start there and then you start to develop your mindset, everything else pretty much fall into place.
Yeah. You have to take care of home. You have to take care of you, because if your home is not settled, how can you go out there and conduct business or conduct sales or be creative? It's not, because you're always going to be worried about what's at home. You're always going to be worried about how you feel mentally. That's why I get up, I work out, I take care of myself, I eat right, I do what I need to do, because then that allows me to be creative in the outside world. That allows me to then focus. So if you're in a relationship that's toxic, or if you have toxic friends, or you're eating toxicities, whatever it is, if you're consuming what is not beneficial for you to be creative, stop it. Develop yourself. For the longest time, as Rasta know, like, I was addicted to marijuana. I say, like, addiction. At first, I didn't think it was an addiction, But then as I started to get loose from that, I started to see like it wasn't beneficial for me. I thought I was more creative, but once I stopped, I noticed that I become way more productive. Like, you know, I guess that's even synonymous with the thought, like most people think that you could smoke weed, do all type of like marijuana, and then be super productive. I wasn't. Let's be real, I wasn't. But it wasn't until I started to loosen my bind on that now I'm posting, now I'm working out more, now I have the energy to be with my family. Now I have like, I'm not always being under that spell of wanting to smoke. Now I can do more things and I'm not stuck there. So I say all that to say this, like, loosen your bind from the things that are not of, I would say, a healthy relationship for yourself, and you will start to see more development in that area. And that's big. So just kind of do a life audit for anyone out there. If there's something that is binding you right now and it's not really giving you 100% effort, try to shake loose from that. And I know it's hard, I know it's tough, you may even enjoy it, but once you start to loosen up, you'll see yourself being way more productive.
Absolutely, bro. And that's like the mini testimony right there. You feel me? Yeah. Talking about the power of focus, right? And he's saying like we could trick ourselves into thinking that a certain substance or some hobby or whatever actually makes us more focused, but in reality, it could be hurting our focus. You feel me? I remember I was watching a lot of Nipsey Hussle interviews or whatever, and towards his last year or two, he wasn't smoking weed no more. You feel me? And this is a guy who, you know, he never, you know, said nothing wrong with it or nothing like that. But his last few years, he stopped because he was like, he used to go to business meetings and he would do things high, and he could tell that people always had the edge over him. Like he'd be in a business meeting and the person know that he high, so he could tell that the person was kind of like trying to get over on him a little bit. Like, I'm sharper than you, I'm more focused right now than you, so I'm about to, you know, exploit that. Right. You feel me? So yeah, bro. So I'm glad that you share that, because when we're talking about focus, those distractions and those demons, them are the things that you definitely gotta focus first on eliminating. You gotta
100%.
You know,
be real with yourself.
Yeah, because be real with yourself, because you gotta battle. We gotta battle ourselves every day. So you don't want to be battling yourself and you battling other things around you as well. It just make it's formula for disaster.
100%, bro. Another thing I say is, when it comes to focus, is that we always want to go, hit goals. Like we talk about it now, like go. It's the new year. Don't stop, build the habit. But I think the biggest thing is that, like, just rest for a while too. Like, take time out of the week to reset yourself, to plan. And that goes back to mindness, but like, take a rest every now and then. Look back and see how far you've come. Look at your milestones. But the biggest thing is, when you're resting, to celebrate your wins. We don't celebrate our wins enough. We don't. We don't celebrate. Like, a lot of times, like you'll see in the sports world, they'll say, yeah, we won this week, but it's right on to the next one. I get it, I understand, but rest in it and see how far you come. But the biggest thing is, like, see what you did in order to win. What did you do? Look back, review the tape, review your life, review the steps that you took to get to where you are right now. And once I did that, once I started to see, like, okay, I stopped smoking. Okay, I started to eat right. Okay, I started to communicate with my wife a lot more. I stopped letting her not her bitterness, I would say, but I stopped letting her nagging. I stopped letting her nagging affect me in a way to where it was bringing my energy down. I started to listen and see, like, okay, what if I did do that? But the biggest thing is, again, like, celebrate the wins and to look and review what you've went through in order to get to where you are right now. Would you agree with that, bro?
Bro, 100%. I pretty much celebrated a win today. Like, about last night, I did a video pretty much talking about sending a message out there to people who married and going through whatever, about how we handled our situation last night. You know, how I was proud of my wife or how she handled it. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but yeah, bro, like to me, I'm like, let me post, let me celebrate that. It's a small win. You know, you don't want to get too caught up in celebrating the small wins, but as Terrence is saying, you also don't want to be that guy who just never celebrating because you look at success as a destination and not the journey. Like we get caught up in that. You know, I'm learning that it's like, what's the point of going all the way somewhere is once you get there, you're just going to go to the next thing. You'll go to the next thing. It's not, it's not beneficial for your happiness, man. So yeah, I agree. Like when it comes to focus and when it comes to, when you are focused, be sure to know how to turn. You got to learn how to turn it on and off. That's what I'm starting to learn how to do. You got to learn how to, you know, work on something and then, okay, I won the game. Let me eat you know, like he said, take care of your body, but okay, I did this, I did that, I've been eating right. Let me reward myself with a little margarita. Or let me reward myself with a piece of cake. You know, we ain't saying go cold turkey with everything. We just saying like, you feel me? You got to find that balance. So
100%, man. 100%, man. It's always a battle and a give and take between me. I speak for myself, me wanting to go 100% every single day, but then I'd be like, all right, man, like, bro, I just been in the gym 4 days straight. It's okay to take a day off. It's all right. You know what I mean? But after that day off, after you celebrate that win, right back on the clock, right back on the punch, you know? So that's what I'm saying. It's always a battle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the battle is like, because we know like it's hard because we want to, because you, especially when you in the rhythm and when you got things going and you motivated, it's hard to just turn that motivation off. Because like, man, I'm ready to, you know, I worked out for 3 hours and then, you know, halfway through the day, you like, man, I'm finna go to the gym again. You know, like your motivation is so high that you start to overwork. You feel me? And trust me, I'm still going through that to this day. I'm learning ways to, you know, work on the computer, work on my YouTube channel, and then be like, okay, let me spend some time with my daughter and my wife. And bro, it ain't easy. And then the hardest part too, not even just turning it off, it's real hard to turn it back on. You feel me? You motivated, you stop, you go hang out with whoever, and now it's like, man, I don't feel like getting back.
Like, I don't feel like editing this video. I don't feel like talking on this camera. But you know, I'm a big proprietor to when you hot, keep going, but then also don't burn yourself out too. You know, so
exactly,
take days
like
off.
It's that balance. Yeah, it's that balance of like Terrence said, if you motivated, you go to the gym, usually go to the gym 3 days in a row, and on that 4th day you like, I want to go again. Yeah, go again. But like he said, you don't want to burn out to where, you know, it'd be a voice, you know, gotta be whispering to you like, okay, son, you've done enough for today at least. Like at least take the rest of the day. Like you've done enough. Charge up, write down those ideas. Because those ideas, they come at random times. I done hopped out the shower to write down something. You feel me? I done, you know, the topic for this podcast, literally, I was eating dinner with my wife and I literally got up because I didn't want to forget. And I said, I need to write. I just got an idea. I need to write it down.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that happens. Oh, and one more thing I want to share before we go about focus. Oh, this is why I believe focus is so hard, because it gets boring. When you focus on a few things, it starts to get repetitive and it starts to get boring. So newsflash for anyone out there, that is inevitable. It's going to happen. You go to the gym, it's eventually going to get boring. You're going to get tired of doing the same reps. You're going to get tired of drinking the same shake. The muscle grow. Okay, cool. I gained a couple pounds. You know, it's going to get repetitive and boring. And I read this one quote in this book called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he said, the number one enemy of success is not failure, but boredom.
That's crazy.
Number one enemy of success is boredom, bro, because we don't realize how fast we get bored. That's why it's hard to be with the same person for the rest of your life, because eventually it's like, bro, like, you know, I don't care how good a person look. I don't care, you know, who you married to. You're going to hit a roadblock where it's like, I've been focused on this one marriage. I've been building this one relationship with this one person, in this one house. Man, I'm ready to I'm about to destroy this and go somewhere else.
Yeah,
You
talk
feel me?
about destroy. No, you know one thing I'll say to that though, bro. Like in order to like get over the boredom though, is just reinvent yourself. Every few years, every few
Mm,
months, or whenever you feel like that boredom is coming on, reinvent yourself. Or like an example of Tom Brady, like he
challenge
was,
yourself.
yeah, keep challenging yourself to recreate yourself. Like Tom Brady, he stayed with the Patriots damn near 40 years, and then he left. He got bored of that. He didn't like what was going on.
How many
He went
years, bro?
somewhere else. I think he was there for like 60 years. G. My man, like 80 years old. He was with the Patriots. But what I'm saying is like he went to a team, reinvented himself, and won another Super Bowl. Or like even for me,
Mhm.
bro, like I would say like my career it gets stagnant and I don't like it. I'm switching it up because I noticed that my level of productivity go down. So as soon as I switch up or I get a new role or something, I get even more excited because it's challenging. So if your relationship, your career, your business is getting bored, reinvent yourself, bring in new people, bring in a new challenge in order to grow. So boredom is always gonna be there, bro. Let's be real. And if you facing it, just
Always.
find some way to be creative in it.
Yeah, boredom, I believe, is a trick of the devil. Don't let them trick you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, creep in like everything going good with your household, everything's going straight. But like Terrence said, you got to quickly act, and that's a time to, okay, I'm bored. That means everything is too easy for me right now. Maybe I
Hmm.
need to, yeah, maybe I need to take on a little more at work, a little more. You feel me? That's another trick when you bored and then you try to, I need to take on a little more at work, or my marriage been feeling boring lately. But when the last time we went on a vacation?
Right.
Maybe it's time for a vacation. So that's stuff that I'm learning too. Like just reinvent yourself, like Terrence said, challenge yourself again, and stay focused.
100%, man. Yo, man, it's always a pleasure being on this podcast. I think that if anyone who's out there listening and you want to continue to grow, hit the links down in the description. We got plenty of resources. We're building a community of like-minded individuals. So if you're listening to this and you want to be a part of some individuals and meet up on a monthly basis, join the cultural mindset community where we can all grow together. And I think that's big.
Absolutely, bro. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Comment any comments y'all have. Discuss whatever y'all feel. If y'all got any topics, anything about focus, any tips, any tricks, comment below. Let us know, man. We're here to help you awaken the best version of yourself. As we're focused on awakening the best versions of ourselves. And we'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Yeah, peace.